Okay, then so here we are again. This is going to be a standing balance routine. A little bit of work on the floor, just to work your abdominal core. A few bridges thrown in there even when we come to the ground. Okay, but first of all, just mobilizing your spine, just letting your arms go with your trunk twist there. So just getting some flexibility into your spine, twisting each way, and then just spreading your arms out wide, feet slightly apart as well. Just let your hips go with your torso, just getting across that upper back. And then just step it in, a little bit of rotation on the hips. If you want, you can just involve your arms as well, swirling around, just about 2 or 3 circles each way. Stick your bum out with soft knees. And then just interlace the fingers across the chest, back to the spine twist. Just so you're a little bit mobilized before we get going. So first of all, this is just a little standing balance movement. Just draw your shoulders back, chest is open, feet together. On the out breath, just suck in your core. And just to get some flexibility into your spine, but to get you into the balance mode as well. Stick 2 hands behind your head, take your time, and it'll probably be your right elbow for you. If you'd be in the mirror image of me, if you can I'm going to take my left elbow down, but if you take your right elbow down to the right, and just try and lift your right knee up towards elbow height, carefully put it down, blow it out, and then change. So just take your time, just nice and steady, flexibility into each side of the spine, warming up those thighs slightly as well. You might find that you're slightly better on one side than the other, so this is my good side, I think. This is the one which is so good, just lifting a knee, and from there we are now just going to keep that core nice and tight, and fingertips are onto the temples. So you think of on the floor where we do those abdominal crossovers. This is the standing version now. If you just lift your right heel, lift your right knee, and just aim your opposite elbow towards that thigh, place it down, blow out, switch to the other side here. So as long as you're keeping that abdominal core nice and tight, you'll feel a little bit of work going on in each side of the abdominals here. So you're warming up your legs as well. A little bit more specific at this time. Lifting a right knee up to hip height. Keep the right knee still. Fingertips onto the temples. And if you can, on the out breath, just aim opposite elbow to knee. Slowly come back up there. Blowing out. Aiming elbow towards that opposite knee. So just targeting one side specifically of the abdominals here. One more time. Blowing out. And breathing in. And then place that foot down for a second, spreading your arms out wide to chest to shoulder height, lifting that same foot off the ground, lifting the knee up to hip height, and on the out breath, just a bit of extension from the knee, blowing out, breathing in, exhale out and in, a little bit of pulse in the knee now as well, pause again, connection of hands up at chest height, lifting those hands above your head, stay nice and balanced. And if you can now, as I just turn to the side, if you just bend that standing leg as best you can, slowly lock out the back leg as straight as you can, either stay still or just maybe add on a bit of a breaststroke, so you're just nicely balanced on that standing foot, blowing out, breathing in, and then planting your foot down, shake your feet off. So it's a good test. It's not as easy as it looks, it makes you think as well, but just keep abdominals sucked in as we prepare for the next side. So opposite heel off the floor, knee up to hip height, nicely balanced, fingertips onto the temples, and just aiming elbow to opposite knee, blowing out, bit of crunch into the side of your abdominals here. So blow it out, breathing in, one more, blowing out, breathing in, and then plant your foot down. So legs warming up pretty well. We'll just have a little break from the balance for a second, just having your right foot in front, step back by about a foot or two with your left foot, Plenty of bend into that right knee, a little bit of bend into your back left knee, and just leaning back a little bit in your upper body to feel a bit of stretch going on down the front of that back hip flexor. And from there, we'll just carefully switch. So again, feet slightly apart, lots of bends in that front left knee, bit of bends in your back knee, in your upper body, leaning back a little bit, and it should start to come down the front of your back leg, just in the hip flexor zone. And ready to restart balance. So just again, spread your arms out wide, folks, palms in front, lift the right heel, lift the right knee up to hip height now. On the out breath, just extend from the knee, working into that front quadricep, blowing out, breathing in, one more. And if you can just maybe pulse the knee up and down as well, nicely balanced. Pause again, closure of hands and arms together. You might want to stay there, or if you can, lift above the head, and that standing foot, keeping you nice and stable. If you want, if you're a poser like me, you can bend that standing leg, extending your legs forwards, either going for the breaststroke, or just lowering your arms, looking down, and maybe having a little bit of work into your upper back with some reverse flies. You'll spread your arms out wide, you'll breathe in, you'll blow out, you'll lose your balance from looking elsewhere. But that's a good way to start. If you're pressed for time, if you just want to squeeze a quick workout in like this. So that's our standing balance routine out the way. So, ready for the floor work now. You just want to carefully come down onto the ground, and we're going to start in the supine position just to get some mobility into the shoulders and the arms, as well as warming up your core. So first of all, just stand with a bit of pelvic tilt, lying on your back with your shoulders relaxed. You've got a big gap under your lower spine. Breathe in. On the out breath, just flatten your lower back into the floor, then just tilt your pelvis up to the ceiling, flatten your lower back into the ground, breathing in, rock your pelvis upwards. So we're getting some blood flow in the lower abdominals here, some fluid around that lumbar spine. Great way to warm up your lower back. And we're just aiming to get neutral, so we just stick two hands under the lower back now as you slow down. You just want to be able to still get two fingertips underneath, so not a huge gap, just a neutral spine. We'll breathe in. On the out breath, we'll suck in the core, lifting the pelvic floor. And here we go with our arm shoulder mobility. First of all, guys, just check how much room I've got. Yes, if you can, just on the out breath, slowly extend your arms back behind your shoulders. Breathe, spread your arms out wide into the T shape. Now from there, if you just kind of bend your elbows, slide them down into your sides, then just flatten your wrists into the ground. So we'll have another one, blow it out. You'll be feeling your core shake a little bit here. Breathe in, spread your arms out wide to a Y shape. Then if you can just slide your wrists down, your forearms down, bend elbows bent, and then flatten your wrists down. So it looks simple this, but if you are not too mobile in your arms and your shoulders, this is a good one to do as we prepare to involve the core in a moment. So just spread out your arms, elbows are bent, flatten your wrists into the ground. So to involve your abdominal core, just again, on the out breath, take the arms straight, back behind your head, spread them wide to the Y shape. The in-breath, just bend your elbows, flatten your wrists, and then this time, folks, if you can, on the out-breath, just carefully curling your head and neck off the ground, hands off the floor, breathe it in, bring your head down. So that's the second level. Third level, you're bringing your legs to tabletops, just keep them nice and still, glue them together. On the out-breath, just blow out. Take them back above your shoulders, spread them apart to a Y shape, slide your elbows down, blow out, bring your palms down, and then if you can, on the out breath again, slowly curl up, and you might just want to have a little pulse here, squeezing your abdominal core, breathing in, blowing out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, place the head and the arms down. So we'll have one more of this level again. You can keep your feet on the floor if you need to. Straighten your arms, back behind your shoulders, spread them apart, Y shape, elbows are bent, wrists coming down to the floor, abdominal core sucked in, carefully bringing your head and neck off the ground, chin tucked in. You can stay still or just have a bit of a pulse with your arms, making your abdominals squeeze a bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring your head and feet down to the ground again. So that is a great way just to get your upper body off to a good start. And your shoulders are tight or whatever, okay? But now coming into our bridge. Abdominals still sucked in, folks. Hands on the floor. And if you can just start peeling your lower back off the ground, work your way up through the spine towards the upper back. And without flaring the ribs, so you're not lifting too high, just reach your fingertips down towards your heels. Knees are in line over your toes. Take a breath. And to begin with, can you just drop your left hip? And then just slowly roll down on that left side of your spine specifically, folks. That's a great way to massage into the left side of your back. So we'll breathe again. Again, we'll just tear that Velcro spine off the ground. And from there, can you just relax your right hip now? Drop your right glute. And then lower your right side of spine down to the floor. I guarantee if you do that properly, that'll feel great on the right side of your lower back. So just in quick time, so you can see how the glutes are level, but if I was to drop my left glute like that, I'll be rolling down and the left side of my spine will be feeling the effect, okay? So that's a great one to start with. We'll come into another bridge now, just to fire up the hamstrings by just lifting up to a bridge. We'll connect your hands above your chest, palms together flat, breathe in. And on the out breath, just separate your arms nice and slow, opening up the chest, breathing in as you come in, blowing out as you come apart. So good pressure on the back of the hamstrings here, flexibility across that chest. Exhale out, breathe in as you come back. We'll go one more, blow it out, and breathing in, and just lower your spine down to the ground along with your arms as well. So a little bit different for this next one. We're going to combine a core move along with the bridge. So first of all, on the out breath, folks, if you can just carefully peel your spine off the ground, okay, resting on your upper back. On the out breath, just sliding, taking your arms back behind the head, and then just massaging your spine down to the floor and lifting legs up into a tabletop. We'll then just bring the head and neck and shoulders off the ground, and we'll hold nice and still for a moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll place the feet down, we'll place the arms down, and we'll get straight in again. Again, just peeling spine off the floor. Take a breath in, taking those arms back behind your head, sweep them around, massage the spine back down to the floor, coming up to a tabletop, and then squeezing your abdominals, raising your arms high above the chest and shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the head down, wrap your hands over the knees, and just have a little bit of a roll, bit of rotation there. Just a great way to get your core going and to get your glutes and hamstrings fired up as well. So here we are, ready for a double leg extension now. We're going to just start in tabletop, so legs are glued together. Ideally your head and neck are going to be off the ground for this one. So just start, again, by making sure your abdominals are in towards the spine. Breathing in, just peeling your head and neck off the ground. You've got your hands on the outsides of your shins. Now on the out breath, if you can, blow out, extend your arms and legs nice and straight. Bend the knees, hands to the outsides of your shins. Again, chin tucked in, blowing out. Extend nice and straight. Back to a bend again, hands to the outsides of shins. Chin tucked in, Squeeze and extend, abdominal middle really warming up here. Breathe in, and then once more, blowing out, double leg stretch, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to tabletop, rest your head on the floor. And with that, just crossing your ankles over, pulling your knees towards you a little bit, just give the knees a little bit of rotation also, just to give your lower back a bit of relief after what we've just done there. So just swirling around, 3, 2, and 1. So that standing balance move that we did earlier, we're crossing opposite elbow to knee. We're going to give that a go now, but working through the levels. Alright, so level 1, neutral spine, up you come to tabletop, legs glued together, middle sucked in, lifting your pelvic floor. On the out breath, folks, can you just carefully bring your head and neck off the ground, extend that left leg out straight, right hand and right knee, and left hand and right shin. We're going to go for a pull, pull, and a switch. Pull, pull, blow out and breathe in, and switch. Pull, pull, and switch. Pull, pull, and switch. And just getting each side of the abdominals really shaking now. Pull, pull, and switch, and just carefully bring your head and neck down. Ready to go up to the second level if you can. So 2 hands behind the back of the head, abdominal core still sucked in. So we support the head and neck throughout this next one. Up to tabletop we come, bringing the head and neck off the ground with chin tucked in. Just straighten your left leg out again, folks, and blowing out, aiming your left elbow to right thigh, and then switch, and breathe in and switch. Getting in a great tabletop crisscross here. Blowing out, breathing in, each side of the abdominals really working hard. You're almost there. Blowing out and breathing in, and then just place your head down, and I'm telling you, that gives you your core a pretty good fire up very quickly. So just have a recovery breath. Spread your arms out wide into a wide T shape, up to tabletop. Just a bit of twist on the hips, maybe taking your head one way, legs the opposite. So waistline, rib cage, opening up there, head back to the middle, and just twisting to the other side also. Just feeling ribs are getting a good stretch open there. 3, 2, and 1. And then from there, if you just keep a hold of your knees, pull yourselves up carefully, and if you can, with your hands wrapped over your knees bent, just maybe let yourself rock back, massage the spine without landing on head, rock back and come forwards, and come forwards, rock back and then come forwards. So you're just getting all of those discs in your vertebral column, a really good massage here. One more, and that'll get fluid around your spine pretty quickly as well. And I'm exhausted, but that's a good little routine to do. All these videos are designed to just, if you press for time and you want to quickly squeeze something in, these routines are good for doing that. So bit of standing balance, bit of work for your glutes, bit of work for your spine and for your core. So I hope that's gone well for you. Give it a crack. Cheers.